Alright, so I'm transitioning over, as you see, into my Lolita vlog. Video game vlog. Video game. Oh, my ear is doing that weird thing where it's like, does that weird thing. So, this is going to be my wrap up of the game I have been waiting for 3 years, The Evil Within 2. Alright, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's going to be pretty spoiler heavy because it's just some things I just can't trying to work around for talking about. So, yeah, it'll be primarily, you know what? I want to talk real quick before I get into my wrap up of The Evil Within 2. Within all of this insanity for The Evil Within 2, Capcom decided they wanted to throw their 2 cents into the ring, and they released another trailer for Not a Hero at All. The Gold, I think it's called. Sorry, brushing my hair. I have music lessons after this. It's a Resident Evil Gold for Resident Evil 7, and that has the Zoe story and what happened to Zoe after Resident Evil 7 and Chris's foray, which I think he's looking for Lucas. That's what that whole thing is about. Because you don't know what happens to Lucas. You know Chloe ends up dead, or Zoe. I don't know why I want to call her Chloe, but Zoe ends up dead. But does she end up dead? Because they showed her all on the side. Like, no, Evelyn, please, no. And then she, like, gets all, like, crystallized or whatever the fuck. And then, I don't know who this dude is. I'm calling him Big Uncle Zeke because his Big Uncle Zeke came in and like was like, we're family and I got to take you in love. So I think Big Uncle Zeke might be trying to help her, or maybe we're fighting as Big Uncle Zeke. I don't know, but that was what was going on. I'm like, really? We got Big Uncle Zeke helping out. Where was Big Uncle Zeke when all that shit was going down? So I don't know. So we had to see what Big Uncle Zeke was talking. But there's that, and we're done with that. So, now, on to the love, and the juiciness, and the joy, and the crazy that was The Evil Within 2. I fucking love this game. Granted, it did what I said it was going to do. It had me laughing, it had me crying, it had me, like, scared out of my damn mind. You know how hard it is to try not to scream when something jumps at you, fucking jumps at some people, and, like, people next to you are trying to sleep. My best friend was trying to sleep when we were at Disney World, and I'm sitting there like 2 o'clock in the morning watching like The Evil Within. And then like the next when we got back, I was trying to watch it. My husband was trying to sleep, and I'm just like, I want to scream because this fucking monsters be jumping out of no damn where, and I can't scream. So I was all fucked up. But I'm telling you, it was hot, and it's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So we're gonna start from the beginning, which I actually played the beginning. I told y'all I would probably be able to play the first board. I played the first board. I was so proud of myself. We got through the fire. We tried to go in there and rescue Lily, and like we didn't. So, and we were sad. So, but I played the first part. I was so proud of myself. So, where I am currently have Sebastian stuck is the beginning of chapter 2, because you go in this door. When you come out of like the out of Sebastian's room, you end up in Stefano land, which I don't like Stefano. We had established a long ass time ago I can't deal with Stefano and his shanking folks and fucking gutting people. He blew 2 people away. Fucking just blew them the fuck away. And their heads were all popping, and like the back of their heads was all open, and like all this goo and blood and shit was coming. I can't mess with it like that. I can't get with that kind of like exceeding amount of violence. It was horrifying and violent, and I didn't like it. So that is where I am currently stuck, because I heard this Stefano music and I'm like, no, I can't be fucking with Stefano. And I also know what else is coming, because that's where the giggling guardian shit is. And then you got to do some part where you got to creep past Stefano, because he's like, ooh, what was that? Because some painting falls to the floor. And he's like, what was that? And then like you got to creep around past him. I'll be creeping. You know how bad I am at working those controllers for that game? We went through the fire part, but I kept fucking up the controllers, and it was all janky and bad looking, and it was just like, oh, Jesus, I don't need to live stream none of this, because this is actually a shame. Watching me play would be a shame. So yeah, so after that part, you meet the cue ball dude, which I like. I did not expect what happened to him to happen to him. We'll get into that, and that's when you get into like the wonderful world of horrifying Union, and for the most part, I was pretty much right about a couple things, and now we're gonna get into spoiler country. I was right that Stefano was the B villain, and I always said Theodore was probably the A villain. There's actually one more person that you fight in this, so you have a three-ring circus going on here, because again, Sebastian, of course, we got dragged into Mobius's shit, and as it turns out, one of my longest standing theories, because I was like, I don't understand why Myra fucked off to go off with Mobius when you had a perfectly good husband like on the couch. She fucked off because, like I said, she fucked off with them because she was trying to bring them down from the inside, which that was where Myra's portion of the story came from. So Myra's there to try to rescue her daughter because she knows that her daughter's still alive and that Mobius has her, and that they're running Lily on a whole other STEM universe. So that was why Kidman actually sent for Sebastian, because the Union was starting to fall to shit, and the only way they were going to be able to rescue Lily and polish off Mobius was to have Sebastian and them work unknowingly with Myra, Kidman, and that really cool Latina lady that they killed, which I was crying every time I see that part. I be crying like a little bitch. Esmeralda Torres. I loved Esmeralda Torres's character. She's that other lady I told you I couldn't really get a good look at what she looked like, but I loved her character. Her character was so fucking cool. That's like the quintessential kind of like character that Shinji Mikami, the kind of women Shinji Mikami likes, is like tough, like I'll beat the shit out of you and eat a sandwich and not give two shits. That's the kind of, I'm sure that's probably the kind of woman he's married to. Like, don't make me punch you, Shinji. Okay, honey, I'm over here. So, but though she was super tough. In a perfect world, I was hoping that she and Sebastian would go off into the sunset with each other, because that is also the kind of woman Sebastian like. That's why he liked Myra, so because she was like tough and no nonsense. So, but they killed her, and I was so sad. Every time I see that part, I be crying. I was like, no, don't die, Latina lady. You're too cool. No. But they killed her. It was sad. The other, I'll talk about the Mobius people. The black dude, the other black dude, the non-fucked up black dude, Julian Sykes. I like his story. I think it may be optional. I don't know. Everybody I've watched do the full walkthrough of the Evil Within 2, they all rescue that guy. So I think his, though, is truly the most optional of all the Mobius characters that you meet, because his story is really pretty much a subplot. He just, he asks you when you rescue him to go into the Marrow. That's like this weird place where you kind of, that Mobius can travel through to go anywhere they want within Union, but it's separate from Union. But that's also collapsing because of all the bullshit that's happening with Lily missing and other situations. So, he asked, the black guy Julian Sykes asks you to put one of the servers online because there's an alternate way out of Union. And if Sebastian accomplishes this, there are locked boxes for Mobius. There are locked cash boxes for like weapons and weapons parts and stuff that he can unlock once those servers go back online, and you can get extra items. And then he uses the method that he found to get out of Union. But they tell you later on, like shortly after that sequence, that was something that Mobius was testing, but they weren't 100%, it wasn't 100% reliable, that you had a 25% chance of making it out if you took this like bypass access. into Union, or I mean out of Union. So, and that a lot of people that they tried it with pretty much just fucking disappeared. Like they didn't even just die, they just fucking disappeared like out of existence. So like it's like you're caught in like some perpetual dream within a dream bullshit. So, and Sebastian, he was like, I'm not risking me and Lily doing that, and you got a 25% chance of making it out. I hope dude made it out, but I'm not going down that road. Fuck that shit. And we don't know what happened to that black man. I would like to think that he made it out and he was okay and everything was fine and he's like, I don't know, eating a sandwich somewhere. But and even when at the end when you go back into your Sebastian's room when it's all starting to fall apart, like for real starting to fall apart, um like 90% of everybody's crossed out because they died, but his has a big ass question mark on it. So we don't know what the fuck happened to boyfriend. So I don't know. um the Asian lady who I said was looking like a broke ass Ada Wong. Actually, she was pretty cool. She was the group psychiatrist, and she was the probably all the reason why all them fools was in. She was the reason all them fools were in Union, because you had to go, of course, via Mobius. You had to do all this extensive psychological, like, are you psychologically stable to do this and whatever. So she was the cause of all of that, and she was cool. And actually I tear up a bit when she dies because that part is kind of like, well, damn. So that was rough. That cue ball dude does die, but he dies because the crazy black man, fucking Father Theodore, fucks him up and he becomes one of those Harbinger dudes. So his fight is pretty cool. I don't like them Harbingers. They're kind of real fucked up. And like it like when you're in that Father Theodore part after you fight Liam, it's just Harbingers all around just fire blasting everybody. It is horrifying. I'm just like, oh my god. So, let me get into the boss fights. The boss. I mean, like the main boss fights, like Stefano, Theodore, like those boss fights are fucking amazing. I can't deal with the Stefano boss fight. It just makes me jump because he like warps everywhere and it's hard to get a hold of him. But his fight is so cool. The moment leading up to his fight is horrifying though, because he kills literally a room full of people in the most graphic, horrible way possible. And it's just like, why the fuck did I just watch this thing, please? I think I need counseling after that shit. So, but his boss fight is so fucking cool. I love his boss fight. It's scary too, because like I said, he warps everywhere and like and it's not even like he warps and then he's like walking. He does kind of walk towards you, but he like trying to shank you and shit. It is absolutely horrific. I loved watching that fight. That is actually, I think for my money, actually all the boss fights, I think Stefano's boss fight is my favorite. I really like the Father Theodore's boss fight. Father Theodore's boss fight is you are fighting the Keeper, Laura, and no, the Sadist, the Keeper, and then Laura at the end of it. So you have to go through all of those. And the Sadist one is kind of boring. The Keeper one is like the Keeper, and at one point there's two of the motherfuckers in a room, and then the fight with Laura, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cool. I am just in love with this. I am just so in love with this boss fight. So those are my two favorite. The final boss fight, believe it or not, is Myra, because Myra has gone Ultra Mama Bear on everybody's ass and is like, get away from her, you can't protect her, and I'm gonna protect her, and she just went Ultra Mama Bear on everybody's ass. And it was just like, well, damn, Myra, you need to like dial it the fuck back, because I'm trying to get our kid up out this shit, and you all Mama Bear, and I can't be fucking with you when you're all Mama Bear. Her fight is good, but the Theodore in the Stefano fights are my jam. Like, they're just really good boss fights. Like, I don't think I could play them. They're that good. So, not that I could play the shit anyway, but you know what I'm saying. So, it was really good. and a lot of people die. A lot of me crying. It's like it's just real good, and yes, he does get his daughter back, and they go off into the sunset, and they do take Mobius down, which leads me to wondering, am I going to get what I've always wanted? One more game, which this would be the one more game, and 2 or 3 more DLCs, and then we're not doing any more Evil Within. That would make me so happy. I know a lot of people were complaining. Y'all kids need to get off of the sequel treadmill. It's like nobody can do anything innovative if you're constantly just playing sequels to shit. It's like sequels are fine, but sequels should only be a short term thing. They shouldn't be a long term, till the end of fucking time thing to have. You want to play something innovative, you want to play something new, you want to play like something different. You need to start letting people come up with other kinds of games, or at least if it's going to be in the same vein as those types of games, you need to let them come up with other, like, a short-term series. I am fine with the Evil Within being a short-term franchise. I've always contested that I want to see Tango Studios do other shit. I love the Evil Within, but it's time to let it go. And it looks like the way they did that, I'm not going to give that away, leave some mystery, but the way they did it, it looks like it's going to be done. Now there's one more little thing they need to wrap up, and I'm sure you Joseph fangirls will be appreciative of this, and you can only get this, I think, if you find all the other little slideshow cards. They do mention Joseph. That is the very last slideshow card. And when he talks to Kidman, she's like, he's not dead, he's somewhere else. So that is the other theory I had correct, that Joseph is somewhere else. He is probably running a whole other STEM universe. I would love to see them bring Joseph back, because I didn't hate Joseph. I just kind of felt he needed a little more. I would love for him, from the very first Evil Within, they need to elaborate on his life from for real, because it's so much fragmented with Joseph, and I would love to see that as part of the DLC, whatever. I don't know if they coming out with a DLC, but I'm saying, if they coming out with a DLC, y'all need to explain Joseph's story and what the fuck is going to happen with that. So, I got something on my tongue that's weird. So, yeah, I love it. It did not overtake Metal Gear Solid 3. It did make me cry a fair clip, but right now, as it stands, it's Metal Gear Solid 3 is my all-time favorite game, followed by The Last of Us, and now The Evil Within 2. Those are like my top 3 favorite games. Because it was, and like my criteria is, it has to have me running the gamut of emotions. I can't just be scared. I can't just be mad. I have to run the gamut of emotions. And the thing about all of those games, they made me run a gamut of emotions. So, but top 3 ain't bad, because it's hard to get them slides. So, top 3 is not bad at all. So, we will take it and be happy with it. So, whew, I was watching it yesterday, like, I almost got through the whole thing, because I wanted to do a complete rewatch, because I hadn't, like, it was so fragmented when I watched it that I felt like I missed something. So I went back yesterday, and I'm pretty much almost all the way through. I will probably finish it, not tonight, but maybe Wednesday. But it was good, and I enjoyed, oh my God, I enjoyed the shit out of that game. I just wish I could play it, because there are certain parts where it's no mutants around, and I'm good with no mutants running around, but them mutants in this game, that thing that's all fucked up and be screaming, it will actually make Sebastian be like this, and like, it's just, I can't, and then them crawly monsters, they move like lightning. I don't like them fucking things. I was screaming when one of them came out. It's some part you're going through some warehouse early on. Some monster knocks a box out the way. I was half screaming at actually, that was one of them times I wanted to scream, but I couldn't because people were asleep. So it's a lot. It's a lot of scares in there, and they're not all jump scares. Some of them are just like creepy, because somebody had asked me, was like, well, do they stay? Are they going to get up, or are they staying dead? And I'm like, this is the fucked up thing about the monsters dead on the floor. Sometimes they get up, Sometimes they're not getting up. You never know what the fuck is gonna pop the fuck up, and is awful and horrifying either way you cut it. So it was good. If you haven't bought it, you hadn't played it, you need to get on the ball. Granted, I do not appreciate everybody playing this now and saying, "Oh, it was real good." Makes me wonder what the fuck happened to the first one. Fuck you. The first one was good. Y'all just didn't appreciate the greatness that it was. So don't be acting like all of a sudden you are evil within aficionado now. Get the fuck out of here. You should have been on the ball when the ball was bouncing around. So that is all I have to say on that subject. But I do love this game, and it is really good. Oh, and I got my art book. Hold on, let me pause real quick. I forgot. This came in the mail on Saturday. So this is actually, it's not an art book per se. It's the strategy guide. Oh, see. So it is heavy as hell. They tell you what the monsters are, where they are in chapters. See, chapter stuff. Yeah, more chapter stuff. Theodore's stronghold. Oh, and the art stuff is in the back. So it does have like art stuff. So, oh, that's my little. I messed this up. This is like some free like digital strategy guide, and I was trying to do it on my tablet, and it like something got messed up, and I couldn't. And they were like, "Oh, you can't do that because you're only 2 years old or 1 year old." I'm like, I don't think a 1 year old would be on somebody's tablet trying to input information. Can we be a little more intuitive? Apparently not. So, oh, things that I didn't like, since I said I loved it. Before I wrap this up, I don't like Sebastian's voice actor. As my best friend said, if you ever are familiar with The Simpsons, especially early Simpsons, when they were watching the one show McGarnagle, my best friend was like, why does Sebastian sound like McGarnagle? And I was like, exactly. And his voice acting was so inconsistent. Sometimes it would be all gravelly and McGarnagle-y, and then other times it would be like normal. And it's just like, boyfriend, Anson Mount Sebastian forever. The fuck we doing? I didn't like the nurse's voice. I didn't like her. And I liked the original Myra. I don't know why they couldn't like get at least Myra and the nurse back, but I didn't like Myra, and I didn't like the nurse, and I definitely was not pro Sebastian. I didn't mind the administrator's voice because we never really knew what the administrator sounded like. I had to put that one in perspective. Every time we had met the administrator in Julie Kidman's world, he was kind of warped because that was her warped vision of what he was like. So I don't really count that one. But I didn't mind. After I thought about that, I was like, yeah, okay, his voice isn't a wreck. I'm not displeased with it. Everybody else, Torres's voice, Yukiko Hoffman, Liam, the one dude you find dead in Stefano Land Part 2, they were fine. Everybody else was fine. The black guy, Julian Sykes, Stefano's voice actor, I was fine with. Father Theodore, fine. I just really didn't like Sebastian, Myra, or the nurse. I just thought their voice acting was not that great, and I liked their original voice actors better. I did not like the fact they never elaborated on what the fuck happened to Sebastian's hand. It's like his hand is wrapped. His hand was not wrapped when we left Beacon last time. What the fuck are we doing? Why is his hand wrapped up? They never explained that. That needed an explanation. Not just, oh, he was a drifter and a bum and drinking and like he might have cut his hand, or like don't leave shit to speculation. If you're gonna have something that like visual and that is, you need to have some elaboration on it. I didn't like that either. I like the ghost part. The ghost part has to do with some other, I think what makes people turn in Union is that ghost thing, but it was all wrapped around his guilt about not saving Lily and whatever. I was fine with that. That was fine. But yeah, not explaining the hand thing, the voice actors not having, like, some of the original voice actors not coming back. I was not fond of that. So at least Sebastian, Myra, and Nursey, I was just like, ew. So that is all I have. Y'all need to go play this because it's good and wonderful and lovely and everything bright and shiny. I don't know when I'm getting my second comic book. I'm like, the fuck is happening here? So hopefully that'll come in this week. And that is literally all I have. And I will see y'all next time. And go play y'all some Evil Within too. Because it is fucking hot. Like I knew it was going to be. Alright? So